Hello from Baku, where we're looking forward to a weekend of racing among the medieval and the modern, here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku city circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right.
We're here in Baku, troops. The Ferrari, not looking good, has been the story of the season. Leclerc, Sainz, they deserve better, but at the end of the day, what can you do when you're driving a shite box? Carlos Sainz, 16th. Leclerc managed to scrape through into Q3, ended up finishing P9. But as you can see, we're 1.3 off the leaders. And I thought Season 2 might have just been a blip, but like, I've put upgrades upon upgrades on this car, and it just seems to get nowhere. I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm missing something between when the season ends and then the season starts, but in terms of the first season, I mean, we won both titles. We were very competitive. I mean, towards the end of the season, I think we had the fastest car. But now, we just are done. I don't know what's actually happened. So if you just want to leave your tips down below, leave it. But as you can see, Red Bull, it's a 1-2 for them. Then it is both McLarens, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, Alexander Albon, Leclerc, Russell, Vettel, Alonso, Ocon, Magnussen, Sainz, Guan Yu Zhou, Stroll, that jobber, Michael Schumacher? No, it's Mick Schumacher. Again, you feel like the writing's on the wall for Ferrari in this game. Would you feel like that it's only a matter of time? And there's a Red Bull and it's Sergio Perez. Realistically, for this title fight, you kind of need it to be Max Verstappen, and we've also a few other cars that have been held up. Literally, the 4 slowest cars have been held up there by Sergio Perez, so not good. But here is the replay from Perez, side by side with the McLaren. Just bend it. Collects the wall. Not good from Sergio Perez's point of view. And then here we go. Aston Martin straight into the wall. Doesn't commit through the castle section, which means it's in the wall. It's no good. But as you can see in lap 4, we've got an incident on track. It's a VSC. So at this point, we've got the fastest lap with Leclerc, but we're trying to save everything as we're only in lap 4. I mean, Gasly. So it's a double podium for McLaren at this point, which is pretty interesting. Moving on to lap 9 though, the slipstream is in full effect at Baku. You've got Gasly's took the lead, Hamilton's up into the podium positions, drivers are just switching positions all year long. Schumacher's had to pit, he's like way behind the rest of the field. And we've had a red flag. I mean, that's literally just came out of nowhere. And as you can see, we're driving, the Alpha's parked and Alpine's went straight into the back of him. It's blocked the track, and I'm not surprised the red flags came out there. Holy moly, man, what is going on? Alfa Romeo garage can't quite believe what's going on, but the red flag is out in Baku. There's always a red flag in Baku. There's always too much debris on the track or something. I think maybe we should red flag, as Fernando would say, but we were just after pitting Sainz. So that's him hump. Again, we've been shafted, but again, you can't really tell what's going to happen with the conditions. But Sainz is down in P18, so it's going to be interesting enough to see how this restart gets underway. It's the second restart we've had today, so yeah, hopefully. I think that's what the F1 Manager game's missing. It does lack, like, you know, like a bit of chaos, like race starts. Like, yeah, people can run wide, but it does lack a bit of like pile-ups. But again, I think it's pretty hard to actually put those sort of physics into an F1 game. But with Carlos Sainz here and Leclerc, I mean, we're going to try and get them to the end, but I wouldn't bet my top rocker on it, as we've got like, what, 36 laps remaining, and we moved to 3 laps to go, and we've literally just kept Leclerc out on the same tyre. Sainz, we did pit, tried to attack, but couldn't necessarily happen, man. He's sitting in P13 with no chance of points. But we've got Leclerc, who's trying to hold on to P5. Ocon's up the road, Gasly's up the road. Looks like Hamilton's going to get P2. Verstappen's won this race absolutely easy, no two ways about it. And as we move on to the final lap, Gasly tries to get past Leclerc, but it's just no happening for him. And Alonso he absolutely sped through on the soft tyre, because he's did a 2-stop so to speak. But as we go to the line, it's Verstappen, Hamilton, Alonso, Ocon. Leclerc has beat Gasly, then Bottas, then it's both AlphaTauris and Kevin Magnussen. So there is the final order. I mean, Alonso up 9, Hamilton up 3. I think it's a great 4th place for Leclerc. Of course, there was a grid. Who's a grid penalty in there for? Can't I say Ocon? It was in there for Ocon, so we've done really well. There is the standings though. Verstappen leads the way. Bottas close behind him, but it looks like a 2-horse race unless, Perez and Gasly can somehow get involved. But until next time, peace.